How's it going there, guys? Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday here where I am. Happy Sunday if it's Sunday where you are or when you're watching the video. But regardless, whatever day it is, I'm sending you positive energy. Hope you're having a good day. In this video, I want to focus our attention, our awareness on some of the different sounds that people hear that I've heard during astral projections, on out of bodies, really deep meditation, stuff like that, sleep paralysis, and so there's all these different sounds. I call them more like sound currents that are associated with the different frequencies all around us multidimensionally. You know, mental plane sounds, astral plane sounds, etheric plane sounds tied to physical, AI AI dimensional space, which is outside of the astral, structure, outside of the larger matrix, if you'd like to put it that way. And so let's go through some of these sounds. These are all sounds. The sounds, the different sound currents that I'm describing in this video are essentially everything that I've experienced myself. I know there's other people that have experienced very similar sound currents, but this video isn't about that. It's about what I've experienced. And so let's start from in reverse order. Instead of starting physical etheric, let's start from what I consider this AI archon dimensional space that is, let's just call it sixth density or sixth dimension, if you want to put it that way. So we have our physical plane, what we call 3D. Then we have the etheric plane, 4D, astral structure with the mental planes involved in there, and lower astrals and akashic records and all of that stuff, all in 5D. And then outside that larger matrix structure of the astral structure, what I consider the AI dimensional plane, which AI archons basically made their own plane, their own space, essentially, to originate from as they move through different dimensions, different planes, doing their archonic agendas, right, going all the way down to physicality. So, so the sounds, okay, sound currents that when I've been in this AI, um, dimensional plane or layer, however you want to call it, the sound sounds like creaky tree branches, kind of like imagine gusts of wind hitting up against branches on a tree, and the way those branches are rubbing against each other. The sound that makes is kind of like the best way I can describe how the air or the sound current sounds. I do have a couple pieces of wood here. I'm going to mimic best way I can. I couldn't find any like tree branches, but I got two pieces of wood here, and I'm going to try to mimic what it sounds like. So hopefully it will record well on the phone. Let me get the wood positioned correctly. So if you listen to it, it'll sound like a wheel, like a wheel turning, like a mechanical wheel turning while making that sound of wood rubbing or branches rubbing on each other. So it sounds like this. Hope that's picking up. There, it's more like that. So hopefully that picked up on the mic on the phone, of course, but just trying to emulate what that sound current sounds like. I'll watch this afterwards and listen to that part. Hopefully it came out okay. But anyways, so that's kind of what the sound current sounds like in this AI dimensional space. And the water is very synthetic and just thick, mucusy. Um, and the ground is very spongy, like really spongy, super spongy. It's just kind of very malleable and spongy. Um, and then so let's move now down to more of the mental plane structure of the higher up aspects of the astral structure is the mental planes. And in the mental planes, what I've heard is mainly just different pitches of like flute, like the musical instrument, just flute-like sounds. I don't hear them every time. Again, I haven't been to the mental plane areas, you know, that many times. Just a handful, maybe several times. Um, but from what I heard, there was that flute-like sound, and usually it was kind of like kind of pretty loud. I could hear it very well. It just kind of it almost sounds like the wind or just air moving or wind going through um, that plane. Kind of how we have wind here. It just makes like a sound. And then when you go down more into just the overall astral structure, uh, low to mid range astrals, etc. What sounds I usually hear, or sometimes don't really hear, it's not always there, is primarily a combination of like the sound of waves in the ocean, like crashing and stuff, and whooshing, and like bells, like church bell kind of, chimes, those kinds of sounds. That's kind of what I've heard mainly in those areas. Again, you don't hear this stuff every single time, but it's something that you notice when you have multiple experiences, essentially. Now let's move down to the etheric plane slash physical, because many people consider the etheric plane um, very close to physicality. Um, just like how our etheric energy body and the chakra system, the primary chakras and the micro chakras, like in the palms and stuff, is all enmeshed, glued down, into our physical body, and interconnecting into organs or primary organs and all that stuff. That's how connected it is. So with popping out of body or you know sleep paralysis a lot of times and that kind of stuff, deep meditation, and we'll hear like the jet engine noise, the train on the tracks noise, the buzzing of the bees, like electrical sounds, electric currents, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, all of those kinds of sounds are associated with that etheric layer enmeshed down into the physical. And the etheric is very electrical just by nature. So electrical sounding noises, roaring jet engine slash electric sound noises, those are very common, and a lot of people do experience them. Here and there, even after a lot of experiences that I've had, mainly in that etheric plane or the low to mid astral or to Akashic astral, plane frequency, um, I still hear some of those, the jet engines and the buzzing. Now, so the buzzing for me, the sound of the buzzing as you're about to get out of your body, it is very subtle, very light, but just enough there to kind of signal to me that, oh, hey, you're consciously aware in that moment, and you're about to be able to do like an out of body exit technique to have an experience. So just like it's like it signals to me basically. All right, well, and also what I want to mention too is we're at, I wanted to do about 10 minutes here. The last video was a little longer, so I don't want to go too long here. One last point is, one of the things you notice, a key thing you notice with astral projection when you're staying consciously aware as your body's falling asleep, mind awake, body asleep, like Dr. Robert Monroe talked about years ago. When you're in that phase of deeper meditation, what you'll notice is sometimes when you do really hear, like let's say you're really resonating with a certain level in the astrals, and you're hearing the chimes, the bells, or the whooshing of waves, and you're starting to hear those sounds, and then you start to notice how those sounds kind of carry a vibration, or I guess you could say a vibrational frequency to be more exact, of that sound. What you'll notice is if you focus your awareness on the sound and how it's vibrating, your energy body will start to mimic the vibrations of that sound. So it's like it's all connected. And then once you are in resonance with your energy body, your etheric body is in resonance with whatever that is, then the whole shifting consciousness and having a solid, amazing astral projection experience, etc., all becomes so much easier. Does that happen to me every time? My energy body vibrating with the same frequency resonance of whatever that sound is vibrating at? No, I just have noticed it. It's definitely real, and other people have experienced that aspect too. But I just wanted to bring that up because there's a lot of different little experiences and things we go through, variabilities and stuff, sometimes unexpected things that happen as you do astral projection multiple times, more and more over time. All right, I'm going to stop it at 12 minutes. You guys have a wonderful day. Questions down in the comments down below, and always don't hesitate to send me emails if you have more intimate, private questions.